Well, hey y'all. So let's talk about planets. All right. So what is the definition of a planet? So it's a celestial body moving in a nearly circular orbit. So you could hear it be referred to as a circular orbit or elliptical. So elliptical around a star. So celestial means its relation to the sky or outer space. So planet definition could be explained that's a large object in our space moving in a nearly circular orbit around a star. All right. So here are some characteristics about planets. They have color, their proximity to the sun, which means like how far or close they are to the sun, their size, their speed, their density, and their physical or chemical makeup. All right. So inner planets. These planets are considered inner planets because they are inside the asteroid belt and are all made of rock. So if they're all made of rock, we call it terrestrial. So if you look at the characteristics of inner planets, here are some. We got Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are closer together. Like I said, they're terrestrial, so that means they're rocky. They are more dense. They are smaller. And they have a shorter revolution. All right? So outer planets. So these planets are outer because they are on the outside of the asteroid belt, and all of these are made of gas. Okay? So Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus are made of gas. They are farther apart. They, I already said it, are made up mostly of gas. They are less dense. They are larger. They have a longer revolution, and there's less known about them. All right? So how do planets move? So planets orbit, and when we say orbit, that means revolve clockwise around the sun. Okay? All planets rotate clockwise except for Venus and Uranus, which rotate counterclockwise. All right? The sun's gravity keeps them in their orbits, and the planets' orbits are almost circular shaped, elliptical. So you're going to hear me say that a couple of times because it's important to understand that they don't revolve in a perfect circular pattern. It's more elliptical, okay? So let's talk about a few specifics of the planets. So Mercury, it's the closest planet to the sun. It's the smallest planet in our solar system. It's the second hottest planet. It has no atmosphere. It takes 88 days for it to revolve around the sun, and that is Earth days, and it has craters on it. Venus, it's the second closest planet to the sun. It's like a sister to the Earth in size, meaning it's pretty similar. It has a thick atmosphere. It's the hottest planet because of the greenhouse effect, and its revolution takes 243 days. All right, so our home, Earth, it's made of 2/3 water. It's the only planet known to support life. Has a magnetosphere which deflects harmful electromagnetic rays from the sun, and its revolution takes 365 days. If you've ever wondered why there's 365 days in a year, that is why, because that's how long it takes to revolve around the sun. All right, Mars. It's called the red planet. The Grand Canyon of Mars dwarfs Earth's Grand Canyon. That means it's really big, the Grand Canyon on Mars. It's huge. So it's the largest dust storms. Unmanned rovers are currently exploring Mars, and it takes 687 days to revolve around the sun. Okay. Jupiter. It's the largest planet. It has a great red spot that can fit 2 Earths inside of it. Galileo discovered many of Jupiter's moons. And Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and its revolution takes 12 years. Saturn has many rings made of dust and ice. It's low density, so it could float in a bathtub if there was a big enough bathtub. And it takes 29 years to revolve around the sun. Uranus. Its axis is sideways and rotates north and south. It has 13 sets of rings. All right, the Voyager 2 passed by it, and it takes 84 years for it to revolve around the sun. And then Neptune. It's smaller than Uranus, but has a greater mass. It has a great dark spot, similar to Jupiter's red spot. The Voyager 2 passed by this as well, and it takes 165 years for this to revolve around the sun. Now, there's a lot more facts that we can find about planets, but this is just a general overview of the planets in our solar system. All right?